Most people think they know the story, but the truth, it's far bigger than what's in the headlines and it's deeper than what most people ever take the time to understand. Today, we're going to break down the history of Zionism in a way that few people ever hear about. Not just about the politics, but the real story, the bigger picture, and what it means for all of us today. Because history isn't just about the past, it's about who we are, how we think, and the choices we make in our own lives. And if you stay with me, you'll see why this story is more relevant than ever.
I'll do something I've never done, and I'll try in 3 minutes to do the history of Jews and Zionism, starting now. The Jewish people first entered the land of Israel 3,300 years ago, and everyone can read that in the Bible. Assuming you don't believe the Bible, then you can look at archaeology, which shows evidence of about 3,000 years ago. There's no dispute that the Jewish people founded their first commonwealth, the kingdom of David, 3,000 years ago. It was destroyed. We were kicked out. We came back, founded the second commonwealth of Israel, which went on for several hundred years. And again, it was destroyed, this time by the Romans. Jews stayed in Israel, but few Jews stayed in Israel. The rest of the Jews were kicked out to all across the world. And every day they prayed 3 times a day that they want to return to Israel. And it was a pretty lousy 2,000 years, pogroms, Holocaust. But about 150 years ago, secular Jews, primarily Herzl, Jabotinsky, and others, took the initiative. Let's come back to our own homeland. The Jews are the indigenous people of the land of Israel. The term Palestine was coined by the Romans in order to dissociate the place that was called Judea until now. It had no connection to Arabs, for the simple reason that Arabs arrived to the land of Palestine only 600 years later during the Arab conquering. So there were no Arabs in the land of Israel. But yes, throughout those 1,400 years, very slowly Arabs came, primarily, mostly when Jews returned in the 19th century. Then the world decided, I'm cutting long story short, to bring a solution, a tough solution to both sides, to divide the land between a Jewish state and an Arab state. It wasn't called Palestinian. Jews said yes, Arabs said no. This was the Peel Commission. Fast forward 1947, the UN came up with the same sort of idea, divide into a Jewish state, an Arab state. Jews said yes, Arabs said no, attacked the Jews and wanted to kill all the Jews. The Jews fought back, won. During that war, 600,000 Arabs that had been living in smaller Israel fled, and some of them were also expelled, because that's what happens when you try and kill your enemy and you lose. That's what happened throughout history. We founded the State of Israel, and that's where we are now. So the State of Israel is the 3rd time we have a Jewish state on our indigenous land. We have 2 million Arabs living in the State of Israel, full Israeli citizens. They vote, they serve on court, they pay taxes. They're one of all and enjoy full equal rights. That's the story of Israel. I'll do something.
What happened then still shapes what happened now. But the real question is, how do we respond? Do we let the narratives define us, or do we take the time to seek the truth for ourselves? Because history isn't just something we study, it's something we live. And if there's one thing we can learn from this, is that those who stand firm in their identity, in their purpose, and in their truth are the ones who shape the future. So now, I want to hear from you. What stood out most in this video? What questions do you still have? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. And if this made you think, if it gives you a new perspective, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because we're only getting started. Seek knowledge, ask better questions, and never stop growing.